Man, the shade got real in this movie. What's up, YouTube? My name is Rudy. Welcome to my channel, and this is my movie review for the movie Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, directed by Joaquin Ronin. I am so happy to say that this movie is a huge step forward from the last one, because I did not like that last movie. I did not. So we follow Aurora, who is now the Queen of the Moors. If you remember from the last movie, she gets proposed to by Prince Philip. And obviously, as you can see in the trailer, she says yes, but, she's not really sure how Maleficent is going to feel about this. And if, she feels a certain type of way, it all just goes downhill from there. I like the relationship between Aurora and Maleficent. It really is like a mother-daughter thing. I was worried that it was going to be like big sister, little sister. It's not. It does feel, you do feel that motherly love that she has for Aurora in her own way. She's surprisingly like sarcastic, but it was nice seeing Angelina Jolie back as the character. She looks amazing in that role. I like how they give her those prosthetic cheekbones. She looks like she can cut up some like apples with that. You know what I mean? Just like shing. Elle Fanning is back as Aurora. We have some new additions as well. I loved Michelle Pfeiffer. I like seeing Michelle Pfeiffer added to the mix. I thought she was really good. One thing that you feel from the beginning of the movie is that there's already tension brewing just because of this engagement alone. Even as Maleficent was heading towards the castle with Aurora and Diaval, who we don't see enough of. I wanted to see more of Diaval. I think that actor is great. I can't remember his name at the top of my head, but he's so good, and I wish we had more of him. But back to then going to the castle, I like how Maleficent had this like evil bride costume thing going on as she was heading to the castle. I was like, yeah, that is the christening all over again in a weird way. One thing that I thought was kind of hilarious was the fact that the Queen, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, and Maleficent were being petty towards each other throughout the whole dinner. I kept thinking to myself like, oh, this is so good. She just said that right now. Like, oh. So I thought that was kind of hilarious. The visual effects for this movie was stunning. This is just like a visual extravaganza. It looked amazing. I thought, they really stepped up their game for a lot of the world building that they did for this new kingdom. Also the Moors. You get to see more of the Moors, which I really liked. And we'll get to my favorite part of the movie in a bit, but I thought it was really nice that they just like really upped their game for this movie, because again, that last movie, I've never seen it ever since I saw it in that movie theaters. I was like, okay, I'm not buying this on DVD, but this movie was a huge step forward, as I said. The actor who originally played Prince Philip isn't back in this movie, Brenton Thwaites. He now plays, what's his name? Nightwing in the Titans TV show. I think that's maybe why he couldn't come back, because of scheduling conflict. I don't know if it's because of the show or maybe a different project, but he's not back. Instead, now we have Harrison Dickinson, who plays the character. In my honest opinion, you don't really notice. I didn't really care that we got a new prince, because maybe it's because he got nothing to do. He had nothing to do in the last movie. So here, I feel like Harrison did a good job playing the prince. I will say one thing though. I noticed that he just had like one facial expression throughout the whole movie. And I thought to myself, wow, his face just does not move throughout the whole movie. But I did think he was a good addition to the cast. I thought he was really good. A great addition to the cast was Chiwetel Ejiofor, I think I pronounced his name right, who plays one of the dark fairies that we meet. One thing that I completely forgot about the last movie was that fairies can be called fays too. So what I liked about Maleficent's species type was that they're called the dark fays, and I like that too. And as you can see in the trailer, she gets rescued by Chiwetel's character, and when she wakes up, she's in this giant like bird nest type of home place. It's hard to explain, but that was actually my favorite thing about the whole movie, just seeing this big huge dark fairy nest. Let's just call it the nest. And the nest looked really, really well done. As you can see in the trailer, I just liked the way it looked. They went into full detail with this, and even inside the nest, it's like a whole world of its own. So we get to see less of the three fairies who raised Aurora. I thought they were annoying in the last movie. I get that it's a Disney film, you gotta make it friendly for the kids, but I thought to myself, wow, like in the cartoon they were great, but now they're just, I don't know, I thought they were whack, and I'm glad we get to see less of them in this movie, but still every time we got to them, I thought to myself, no, can we just get back to whatever's going on? Like, I want to see what Maleficent's doing, I want to see what the Queen is doing. Speaking of the Queen, I thought she had this like really creepy assistant, and I remembered, if you've seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the first one, not the new one that we got with Grindelwald, but I noticed that the girl who plays like her right-hand assistant, she's not a handmaid or anything like that, or a lady in waiting, she's just like an assistant, which I thought was weird. But that young girl, I don't even know her name, but that young girl played this like the leader of the kids. Remember when, what's his name? Credence. Remember when Credence and all the other little kids had to live with that horrible woman? Remember there was that one little girl who was like the ringleader who like printed out papers and handed out papers to the kids? It's that same actress. And in here, I thought she was really creepy. Throughout the whole movie, I was like, there is something wrong with this chick. Like, no wonder she's working for the queen. I thought that Michelle Pfeiffer did an incredible job as Queen Ingrid. I thought that she was very like I don't know, she was almost very like mustache twirling in a way, but in a way that was very like, I don't know, just very malevolent, Maleficent. But I thought she was really well done, and I feel like she got a lot of screen time, which I did like. But here's the thing about that too. There's, I want to say this movie has, how should I put this? Maleficent isn't about half the movie, I want to say, and the reason for that is because you have her storyline, you know, with the dark face, trying to figure out where she's from, and we'll get to more about that in a bit, but we have her storyline, and then we have Aurora and the Queen and their storylines, because they're both intertwined with each other, because something happens in the movie that makes Aurora kind of stay with the Queen and Prince Philip and the King. But I thought to myself, like, okay, well, at least those two storylines work together, but I really do want to get back with Maleficent and just see more of her, because she's going through a lot right now, too. I wish we got to see more of Maleficent's origin. I wish we knew who her parents were. You don't see them at all in this film, but I do wish we get to know more specifically about the nest and the dark phase, because there were so many that were shown, and you see them a lot through the film, but you don't know their names, you don't really hear them speak. There were so many well shots of like at nighttime, you know, with the moon and the nest, so many good wide shots. This movie again was just so visually stunning. It was like pure eye candy. I love that. Speaking of eye candy, I love the way the red smoke, you see this in the trailer, the way the red smoke looks like when there's that huge action sequence. This is basically the ending. This is like the great big battle. I love the way it looks like in the sky down there where like the garden was at, and just this like mayhem apocalypse. It was really, really well done. There's no dragon, but there's something else. Now, as for what I didn't like about the film, there are little flaws going on throughout the whole movie. Not throughout the whole movie, but just here and there. I noticed there's this part, there's this section near the end where Aurora has to get to the top of the castle. Somehow she was down at the, you know, outside on the front, at the front gate, and then all of a sudden she was at the top, and I'm like, hold up, wait a second, that should have taken you at least a 30-minute walk, at least. Running, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, but how did you get up there so fast, Aurora? Not enough Diaval. I really enjoyed that actor's performance. I think we don't get enough of him. Also, I feel like, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you're going to kill off a character, kill them off completely. I don't like it when they're like almost death scenes, or where they're just kind of like, oh, you thought they were dead, but they're not. And it's just kind of like, well, then what was the point of that? That makes no sense. Another thing that I'm sad to say is that the title of the movie is Mistress of Evil. Maleficent's evil for like 5 minutes. That is pretty much it. That's all you get of her being evil, just 5 minutes. Everything else is just kind of like a build up towards like the final battle that we get in the movie. I like how when she woke up after being rescued, you see her wing and the way it's connected to her back. I like that. Those are little things that I like. It's the detail that matters. There's plenty of detail to look at and just to enjoy. I think that if you're a fan of fantasy and fairy tales, you are going to enjoy this film. I think if you're a fan of Disney, of course you're going to enjoy this film. I think if you're a fan of Angelina and Michelle Pfeiffer, you are definitely going to enjoy this movie. With that being said, I say go watch it. I really do recommend that. I personally did not go see it in 3D. I know there's a 3D option. I am against 3D. I'm not paying extra for that. No, thank you. Besides, I have astigmatism, so it's very funky for my eyes. But yeah, go watch it. I really do recommend it. I think it's got a lot of fun. Is it Halloweenish? No, but again, it's more fantasy fairy tale, but I do think you're going to enjoy that. You're going to enjoy that. It is, in my opinion, appropriate for kids, even though I don't have kids, but I'm just saying. But again, this is way better than the last one. I enjoyed myself. I think you're going to enjoy yourself as well. I say go watch it. So that is it for today. That is my review from Maleficent, The Shade Gets Real, Mistress of Evil. But yeah, enjoy it. I have a few Netflix movie reviews coming up and a few book reviews coming up. And remember to be the reason why someone smiles today. And if you can't do that, at least be the reason why they drink. Thank you.